What's poppin', my Slap family? This is your boy Big Q, aka Big Slap. And we back at it one more time with Slaapcast episode 3. Number 3, baby. And we gonna cover the new era of Raw, cause it's on Netflix. So you know what that means. There's gonna be a little bit more spice added to that WWE dish that they cooking up over there, okay? And with Chef Shawn Michaels and Papa H at the helm, I'm very, very, very happy and looking forward to it. So this is not exactly like a live reaction, but I'm kind of watching it as I'm recording it. So, but yeah, we're just gonna get into it, and we usually gonna get my genuine feedback as I'm kind of going along with it. But this isn't a watch along, so we're just gonna cut through this. But first of all, you already know, The Rock, you my boy. I always respect you. You know, you one of the reasons why I love wrestling. But stop letting them use you for promo. Boy came out there and said, Raw has returned to Netflix. The crowd gave zero you-know-whats about it. I'm trying not to curse on YouTube. Demonetization. But first we gotta get monetized. But yeah, whatever. Standard is guidelines. Don't question it. Either way, I love you, Rocky, but you know they ain't give a damn about that. And they was just waiting for you to say, The Rock has returned to LA. And yeah, once you did that, you got the pop you deserved and the pop you needed. But regardless of all that, Netflix, thank you for accepting it. Hopefully this is a beautiful partnership going forward. And hopefully we get a little bit more raunchy as the night goes along. You know, The Rock is already kind of throwing some F-bombs here and there, so I'm like, hey, let's get it. Hey, just one quick little sidebar there. I wanted to say shout out to my boy Dwayne Johnson, a.k.a. The Rock, for being named an actual High Chief of Samoa by the High Chief of Samoa. The man basically just became the Samoan president. So Rock 2025, well, actually it'll technically be 2028 or something like that. But either way, Rock for president, just like in Young Rock, because he's the president of Samoa technically now. Don't quote me on that. But basically because of that, he now has the ability to bestow the power of tribal chief on the actual winner of our next match, which is what we're going to lead into, which is Tribal. Oh wait, wrong fighting game. Scratch that. Scratch it. I said pause, damn it. And we're back. So yeah, like I said, Roman versus Solo, tribal combat. Who is the real tribal chief? We finna find out. Bang. Okay. I know I said this wasn't a watch along or anything like that, but like I said, this is the match that I'm most invested in, and I have to just say, Solo Sikoa, brother, hand clap to your work. You have stepped it up. You are looking very top tier right now, brother. You are looking real good. I can't lie. Roman made a monster. You really have been studying. As I'm watching this match, we're about maybe about halfway through, I'm assuming. But so far, Roman can't do nothing. So far, that boy can't do jack. Listen. Solo is bringing it to this man. No matter what he does, he can't get he's just getting cut off at every corner. He's talking like Roman. He's talking that trash. He's literally looking at Paul saying, you and that Ulafala belong to me. This man is a mini Roman. If all of Roman's negative karma was put into one person, it's Solo. It's this man. It's this guy. Like, this is a mirror. This match is a mirror for Roman. I love this. I love storylines. I love, aspects of the match and the psychology behind it. This is low-key a mirror for Roman. Roman is literally fighting the monster that he created / the monster he used to be. Or maybe still is. I don't know. Maybe this will be the catalyst of changing him. Who knows? But like I said, I'm not even done with the match yet, and I already just got to applaud Solo Sikoa, because dude is doing top-tier work right now. Even when they said Jacob was going to overshadow him, dude is still putting up banger matches right now. This match is amazing. But either way, I'm going to shut up, and you ain't going to hear from me until the end of the match. Okay, I have so many feelings right now after this match. It was so good. It was so good. I really can't talk straight. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a real fan, so it really hits me. So when they get me emotionally, it's really hard to talk. I'm gonna do my best here. Good lord. So where did we leave off? Roman was getting absolutely nothing. But then he actually did muster up some offense when Solo brought in the table, and he reversed Solo into a giant power bomb off the top, and then put him right through it for the 1-2. Ref got pulled out. You know it wasn't gonna be done then, because we had to get some bloodline shenanigans. So you know my boy Tama, yeah, had to come out, pull the ref out, did his thing. Jacob Fatu came out and completely wrecked Roman. And even after a Fatu salt, I'm coining that right now. I'm calling it the Fatu salt. After a Fatu salt and a Samoan spike, we get the 1-2 Roach. Roman tapped into his inner Roach and got in his Roach counter bag and pulled out one life and said, nah, I ain't going out like that. And of course, Solo eventually getting in his emotions, because, you know, as he was fighting Roman, my man was like, nothing I ever did could prove my love for you, man. It was never good enough for you. Getting in his emotions, brother. So he takes out the ref like a dummy, because now, who can count the 1, 2, 3? And now, of course, here's the cavalry. My boy Sami Zayn and Big Jim, the Jimmy Uso coming in for the save, you feel me? They take out the backup. There's a melee that ensues real quick. And then, of course, we had to get even more shenanigans, because after that, because since the rest of the bloodline, both bloodlines are hurt right now, here comes KO, crazy ass, and he wants to hit Roman with a stutter. And then he pretty much throws Solo on top of him and gets the 1-2, and Roman's like, Roach! Everyone gets at least 2 Roach counters. If you're at least a 95 overall or higher, maybe you get 3 sometimes. That's just my personal philosophy in wrestling. If you're below 95, you get about 2. If you're below an 85, you get 1 Roach counter per match. But Roman activated his Roach counter twice, and then his bloodline would come in and beat up Solo, and Solo would activate his Roach counter because his overall's gone up and now he's got one. But then even after the KO thing, here comes Cody to take out him out the equation, and then we got Roman versus Solo one-on-one one more again, and of course we get the Superman punch, we get the spear, we get the uno, dos, tres, and the original tribal chief is now the only tribal chief. Throw your ones up, the Roman Empire is back, baby. And to cap it all off, that emotional cherry on top, The Rock comes out, who is, like I said, the brandly new minted High Chief, which is what Roman's father used to be. And he takes the Ulafala from Paul and puts it around my boy's neck. And that's a super symbolic moment right there, because Roman is now in the place of where The Rock used to be, and The Rock is now in the place of where Roman's father used to be. So now he blessed Solo. So now after Roman lost his father, his older cousin still gets to bless him with that honor. That's emotional. That hits you right there. That's that storytelling. The pen work is crazy right now. Respectfully. But I ain't gonna lie, the wrestling conspiracy theorist in me is always twitching. Always twitching. I don't trust The Rock. He came out and there's a look in his eye. I feel like there's a little bit extra to this story. This story ain't done yet. Rocky finna pull something, especially since he's the final boss. You know, you already know Roman gonna try to get back at the title. You know, Rocky and Cody just became kind of cool, because if you watch the beginning of the show, Rocky called Cody out saying like, hey, respect to him for carrying the company for a year. And he said, shout out my cousin, but he's been really giving Cody love. So did he switch sides on Roman? Maybe he a Cody crybaby now. He the one who fought Cody. Maybe he got a respect for him now, and he got more respect for him than he does for his cousin. I don't know. My conspiracy brain's just popping off. Tell me what y'all think. Yo, if you see what I'm seeing, type it in the comments. Okay, I'm sorry. I could not record this part, at least. Watching the New Day segment, right? And normally I don't talk about segments, but I just saw a comment online that just made me have to just put this in here. They said that Kofi Kingston shaved his mustache, and now all he could see is KSI. And I completely see what he's talking about. I can't unsee it now. This nigga looks like Kofi SI right now. Alright, so we're going on to the next match here, which surprisingly, we're almost 2 hours in and it's only the second match. WWE is kind of booking this a lot, really kind of heavy and loaded with a lot of ads and stuff, but in promos, but realistically still a good show. But we're going to move on to one of the top beefs of the year. Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship. One of the most confusing love stories I've seen in a while. You know, Rhea and Liv were tag partners. Rhea stabs Liv in the back, breaks her arm with a chair, has her out for about 8 months. She then joins the Judgment Day, becomes champion, you know, gets Dom, living life. Liv comes back, goes on this revenge tour, vows to take everything from her, literally does, takes her championship, takes her man, takes her group. And now it's all culminated into this match here. And Rhea is definitely on a warpath. She's been wanting to basically kill both of these two, and it's very justifiable. But at the exact same time, Liv is justified in doing this to her because Rhea kind of started this by stabbing her in the back and trying to end her career. You know, I think that's a pretty valid reason to want to hate somebody. So, as far as the match goes itself, pretty solid so far. Like I said, not all the way done with it, but so far Rhea is not really doing too well. Now, granted, Dom and Raquel are exceptionally cheating for Liv right now, but even still, I think Rhea extremely underestimated what Liv was going to bring in this fight because she's holding her own, and I feel as though that's been a very underrated statement going on for the last year, that Liv has actually been improving steadily throughout this year. She's becoming more deadly, more vicious. She's becoming more accurate in the ring, more efficient in her movements. Her offense is becoming more effective. Her finisher is actually very solid as far as the Oblivion. So Liv is a legitimate threat. She is not just, you know, a tiny terror. I'd actually say that she probably is more of a threat than like Alexa Bliss used to be, as far as like the whole 5 Foot of Fury thing. But we're gonna finish this match, and then we're gonna keep going with the overall opinion afterwards. So immediately after I just said what I said before, Rhea decided, yeah, it's time to turn up. So ignore what I was saying about her doing bad. She started doing really, really good. She actually pulled out one of the illest moves of the entire match by doing a nice little slide under Liv's legs into a riptide that almost got the dub. I was very surprised it didn't, because I ain't gonna lie, that kind of maybe should have been the finisher, but I ain't too bad at what the finish was, okay? So let's just hit the bullet points as quick as we can here. So there was decent back and forth. Rhea's whooping. She whipping feet right now. She's slamming the heck out of Liv all over the place. You know, Rhea and Dom, I mean, not Rhea and Dom, Raquel and Dom are over here doing their darnest to keep Rhea, you know, they just cheating. They just cheating back and forth, trying to distract back and forth. You know, Liv hits an Oblivion on a chair, and that gets a near fall, but Rhea all of a sudden, like I said last time, hits the Roach. She's a 95 overall. She got at least 2 Roach counters, so let's not even play about it, okay? She definitely was going to kick out of that one. But what I like is, even though the distractions were happening, Liv went to the well just one too many times, tried to hit that Oblivion one more time, and she ran into the Eradicator, Rhea Ripley, because she just caught her, looked at her, gave her that crazy stare with the tongue out, you know, and then proceeded to mollywop this woman. Not one, but 2. I'm talking about back to back. Riptides, blam, blam. 1, 2, 3. Mommy's got her gold back. And speaking of Mommy getting her gold back, then Gold Digger Dom would then hop into the ring and really try it. Only to be swiftly kicked in the nuts and discarded from the ring. So yeah, Rhea Bloody Ripley is now your Women's World Champion once again, and all is right in the world. Muscle Mommy's back on top. Wait a minute, Undertaker? Yo, they are booking this like a damn pay-per-view, bro. Undertaker just
watching all this reaction.
Undertaker just came out to really just big up Rhea Ripley, and it's American Badass Undertaker at that. Hey, yo, listen.
Everybody's but not that. They're not impressed.
Oh my gosh. This is amazing. This is amazing. That's how they pulling out all the stops. The budget is out for this event. Netflix gave them the bag for this one. With that match now finished, we move on to the next bit of spicy drama that we've got on here. And it's actually Drew McIntyre versus Jey Uso. A little bit of a, slow simmered kind of feud, not too crazy, more of like a side part of Drew's main mission of really trying to destroy the bloodline. He's just really going after Jey, and he's just going after the people who wronged him, of course. But the very first highlight that we've got to talk about is my boy Jey came out with the guy Travis Scott. You know, Travis been a wrestling fan, huge wrestling fan, and so he had to come out with the Yeet Man himself, my boy Jey, through the crowd, and my man was so comfortable and having so much fun, he decided to spark one up on Jey's intro. I love this. This is wrestling. Yeah. That's my boy Travis Scott. But moving on to the actual match itself. Very solid match. I wouldn't say it was overly crazy. I wouldn't say it was like a ridiculous banger, but it wasn't definitely not a sleeper at all. I would say it was very straightforward kind of match, very David Goliath, very, Braun versus Hart kind of thing. Drew would get into these extremely violent pockets of offense, tossing Jey everywhere, banging his head off of everything, trying to really mangle him. But then Jey, of course, would just not have none of it. Precise super kicks, quick counters, really outsmarting him, making sure that he wouldn't take too much damage. But Drew always had that power advantage. So regardless of what Jey was doing, he was going to get caught by some of the violence. But Drew would keep whiffing claymores, which would be to the benefit of Jey, until he actually got caught by one, and that was the near fall. Jey would reverse the next one and get a spear for his near fall. But when Drew had Jey down, I don't know, brother, have you not been paying attention to your own matches for the past year? Your hubris, your ego, is the reason why you lose. Instead of finishing Jey off, what did you do? You laughed. You set up for the Claymore in the other corner. And when you went for it, you got hit with the most devastating move in all of sports entertainment. The roll-up is God. Surprise roll-up, Jey gets that 1, 2, 3. And now you sitting there salty looking stupid. So now you got more work to do next week. And Jey runs off a happy man. So this was a nice, cool match. I think it was a great placement to kind of bring everyone back down from all the excitement, right before we get back to the madness of the main event, which is actually the blood feud between the best in the world, CM Punk, and the visionary, the architect, the Messiah, whatever you want to call him, Drip Rollins, Seth Rollins, my guy. I'm really looking forward to that match because I have been a fan of both of them since ROH. Like many wrestling fans who've been around my age as well, who are familiar with Ring of Honor. These guys are pillars of that company. They set a standard there. They're part of a generation of greats who have even come over to WWE. If you don't know, Kevin Owens is from Ring of Honor. So is Sami Zayn. He's also from Ring of Honor as well. Many people who have gone through other companies have also gone through Ring of Honor, like AJ Styles too, man. But regardless, I'm not going to go through a history lesson. Yeah, they both got history, and it's deep. And I want to see this match. So yeah, we're gonna load that up on the screen now. I'll see you in the next part. We're gonna do our mid-match check-in. So far, I'm enjoying this match. It's hard hitting. There's hatred. There's vitriol. There's despise. There's disgust. There's haktuh. No, I'm just playing. I joke. But literally, these boys are telling a great story. There's cheap shots. There's closed fists, and if you know about wrestling, both of these guys are technically baby faces. Baby faces hit with the open hand. That's why you see a lot of yeet like that. But these guys are like, nah, we don't like each other. So we hitting it, boom, jab to the eye. They trying to bubble each other's stuff, man. It's really something. And some of these spots are actually like, they got a little bit extra oomph to them. Like, you know how some people would normally, dive and they don't fully follow through with the dive because they don't want to hurt the partner. Nah, Seth kind of following through with some of these dives, and even then he's kind of pushing off of this dude, Punk. And Punk, when he's got Seth down, when they're supposed to do the light stomps and stuff to kind of break down their opponent, yeah, he's legit stomping on this man's like whole ligaments. And I'm kind of like, he has actual terrible knees. So as professional as these boys are, you can tell there's a tad bit of emotion coming out because even though they might respect each other now, there's real life beef there. But kudos to them for not actually already fighting by now, because that money must be very, very convincing not to. But so far, loving this match. The story is good. The action's good. Let's just see what this finish is going to be like, and we'll check in at the end. So we're at the end of the match now. In WWE, you got me again. You got me with the first. You got me with Solo and Roman, and you got me with Seth and Punk, because that ending was insane. I'm a fan of creative finishes. Okay, whether they be popular or not, if it's creative, if it's out of the box, I rock with it. So let's just talk about this second half of the match. The madness didn't stop. Seth tried to end Punk multiple times, but it all started when he brought him to the outside on the table. My man was going for something. I don't even know what he was going for, but it immediately got reversed into a GTS by Punk, and he said, nope, right trigger, we're going to switch that up, and we're going to hit you with a pedigree on this announce table. Then we're going to bring you in, hit you with one more of those things, Triple H style, and we're going to get the 1-2. Roach! I told y'all. Roach counters are real. You gonna believe me. You gonna believe me sooner or later. Roach counters are real. And if you got a high enough overall, you can get 3 of them in a match. If you under 95, you get 2. If you under 85, you get 1. I'm gonna repeat it. That's the last time I'm gonna tell you. But back to this match. Either way, my boy Punk used his Roach counter. He was not having it. And so after countering a GTS, and then after countering the GTS and the pedigree, and then going for that and getting the Roach counter, like, there was just furious exchanges. There was just punches and knees and dives and elbows, and it was just, they was trying to beat each other up, and I couldn't get enough of it. And Rollins would then go for his trademark, like, buckle bomb stomp combo that has put away legends, champions. 1, 2, how many times I gotta tell you? Okay? He got his foot on the rope. That's a Roach counter. I don't care. He had the wherewithal to put his foot on the rope. Roach me. Regardless, this isn't over with, because then Seth's like, I gotta finish him. I'm tired of this man. He's losing it at this point. Emotions is getting him. He's like, ah! You know that raspy Seth Rollins scream that he be doing? Yeah, we love it and hate it at the same time. So he's going for the kill shot. Takes him up top to the top rope. He's going for the trademark superplex Falcon Arrow combo. Hits the superplex, and as soon as he loads up that Falcon Arrow, CM hits right trigger at the right time. 2K, baby. It says nope. GTS. Seth says, oh, I'm knocked out. Bounces off the ropes. Lands back on this man's shoulders while he's on his knees. And he just says, well, thank you. I'll take the freebie. Hit him with the one more time. Uno, dos, tres. The Architect has lost. The best in the world, CM Punk, has won. Can Seth put this to bed now? Can he stop, like, waking up at night in a cold sweat, like, Phil! Like, brother, you've officially lost. Let it die. But respectfully, great match. And that was the main event of Raw on Netflix. So that's how we starting off the new era, huh? I ain't too mad at it, boys. If we gonna be booking Raws like pay-per-views now, I'm okay with it. And that's it for me, guys. This has been my reaction to Raw on Netflix. It's your boy Q, Big Slap. Like, subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button, please. Leave a comment. Join the community. We on the road to 100 subs, baby. I'll see you in the next one. My chair got stuck. I'm going to spin the other way. Never mind. Didn't work.